What's up, guys? It's Lewis here for week 2 of the news you knew already for ANJL videos. This week, we've got an announcement about our podcast release and light news and some releases. So let's get going. All right, so first up on the docket, we have a podcast. It comes out on Wednesdays, except not anymore, probably. Due to some changing schedules and some other variables, we've decided to bump our recordings to Wednesdays, which means the podcast can't come out on Wednesday, probably. So we're looking at Thursdays for release of the podcast, which means that blog posts on the website for Thursday will also have to get moved, and I'm working on that. And if there's not one this week, that'll be why, as sort things out and adjust the website's release schedule of content to make up for the fact that the podcast has to move days. So keep your eyes glued to the podcast, the website, our Twitter. More announcements to follow as we get things all sorted out. But thanks for understanding, and you can expect to hear us on Thursdays in 2016. For the first news story, the Division Beta has been announced. Dates finally confirmed for the last week of January, weekend of January. That's the 29th, 30th, and 31st. Unless you're on Xbox One, which means you'll get access on the 28th, including the rest of those days. So Xbox seems to be the place for the Division. It's going to get DLCs early and everything like that, I believe, so the beta gets an extra day on the Xbox One. I'm looking forward to checking this out. It's been on my radar ever since it was announced. It's been kind of a tormented development, but I'm looking forward to seeing what's there in the beta. The new trailer that just came out was really cool, and in reading some of the preview material and stuff like that, I've definitely had my interest peaked. So stay tuned here to check out our impressions once that's out and live. Well, Activision Blizzard decided that they wanted to make the ESPN of eSports, but it looks like actual ESPN may have beaten them to the punch. ESPN began airing some of the major eSport events last year on their network, both on TV and the ESPN3 app. But they've now also instituted a news page for eSports on their website. So as ESPN starts to foray into the eSports coverage market, it continues to become a pretty fractured place. I still foresee publishers and companies who are running their own events to keep doing that. So I'm not sure how much room there is for outside coverage, but I guess that remains to be seen. And money talks. So if ESPN and Activision have money to throw around, who knows? So keep watching how that plays out, and we're gonna kick it over to a pretty thick and fast set of releases for this week. All right, we've got quite a few releases this week, starting out with A Boy It Is Blob, coming out on the Xbox One, PS4, Vita, and PC on the 19th. Blade and Soul on PC, also on the 19th. Darkest Dungeon hits PC in full release out of early access, finally, on the 19th. Inside My Radio's on PS4 on the 19th. Klaus is hitting the PS4 on the 19th. Klaus, I think it's Klaus. This is with a K, German. Resident Evil 0 hits Xbox One, PS4, PS3, PC, and the 360 on the 19th. Resident Evil Origins Collection hits Xbox One, PS4, and PC on the 19th. Stardust Vanguards hits the PS4 on the 19th. Albedo Eyes from Outer Space hits Xbox One on the 20th. Homeworld Deserts of Kharak, I don't know how to say that, hits PC on the 20th if you've been playing the Homeworld Remastered. The Westport Independent for PC hits on the 21st, and Mario and Luigi Paper Jam out on the 3DS on January 22nd. As always, thanks so much for tuning in this week, and you can catch more of these videos on our YouTube channel at ANJL Videos. You can check out our website at andnowjustlisten.wordpress.com. Hear the podcast on iTunes, Spreaker, and Stitcher. Just search And Now Just Listen. You can follow us on Twitter at ANJL Tweets and email us at andnowjustlisten@gmail.com. andnowjustlisten@gmail.com. Should slow down and enunciate more carefully, probably. Anyways, thanks for stopping by again this week. Nick's out sick, so wish him well. And we'll see you guys next week for more news.